The day most look forward to is the day they sit down and think, yes, I finally did it, while basking in the moment and perpetually enjoying what they have accomplished. No matter what that thing may be, one of those is peace of mind, or said in other ways, freedom from worries of someone else's control. Most of our prime years, our mind, power, and resource have been spent in institutions, occupations, places, and with people, whether at work, education, or leisure. By the time we realize it, aging has reflected on us. Even though most of us prefer privacy and a peace of mind, but that requires privileged information that are usually exchanged privately. So I like to tell people that chronological age is not equivalent to awareness of how certain things work. With that said, put aside all negative reinforcement you've been told as to what you cannot do, because this is an age of technology where we have inherited the ability to begin to exchange information regardless of distance. And these type of exchange of valuable substantive information used to only take place in certain circles and family. What I've done is I've created a one-on-one privatization course to take these privileged information most people who know would not tell you, but this time place it in your hands. So you realize the true power you have. Someone woke up today with something that you need and they're willing to give it. The only thing between you and that thing that you want or that thing that you need is just a conversation. What is left in terms of execution of transfer of that value is for someone to show you and explain the intricacies, the clarity, the details to you. That's one of the attributes we humans have that makes us quite unique. Conversations, explanation, and depictions from experience. Humans have a life hack whereby one human have gone through it and have experienced it. Everyone else within that humanity have a cheat sheet by virtue of that one particular man or woman whereby they can go straight to that and the information is revealed to them. Take advantage of it. If you know this is something you need, then join the waiting list for the one-on-one privatization course. And the most important of all, pass the baton effectively to your future generations so they don't inherit fear, uncertainty, and ignorance. Like to preserve the focus of each man and woman by dedicating focused energy each time, so it's only going to be 5 people per quarter being taken into the course. Once the 5 wave of people are done, the next 5 come in. In the case that the prior 5 people want to continue the course, they get priority to renew it. If you'd like to join, apply for the waiting list. The link is in the description of this video and on the website subtlesubstanceservices.com under the one-on-one course waiting list. In the age of technology, where you and I can transfer information to one another regardless of distance, we ought to maximize that. Imagine people going by their daily lives actually able to be comfortable in the fact that no one is using them like a farming tool, unbeknownst to them or known to them. And more importantly, that what they know can be passed to those who are coming after them. These informations do not have expiration period. That's how certain people stay in power and many people just tag along in society. Majority of us have only inherited debt, liability, lack, fear, serfdom. No more of that. That is my goal. That is my intent. And I see a world where people are far more competent, because incompetence is what creates victimhood. No matter how zealous one is, no matter how energetic one is, if the compass of competence is not there, everything else is for naught. So let's perpetuate competence, because those who know how these things work would not tell it to you. And those who merely have ideas of it will intellectually speculate about it for years after years. So how about we just get to it and let perpetuation of competence and functional knowledge be the culture. Join the waiting list for a private class where for 3 months period, once a week, for 3 months period, besides all the other things that I will show you, that you would have lifetime access to. Videos, document, cheat sheets about trademark, business, credit, business and personal, and how not to qualify for tax in very specific aspects of your life and entity structures and things like that. Besides that, I spend an hour and a half with you going over everything you need to know, everything you should know, every question you should ask, just one-on-one with you. 1.5 hours, 1 day, every week for 3 months in a row. Join the waiting list. See, I've been showing several people several ways to realistically and methodically gain this, because I've done these things myself. And I haven't shown my own firsthand experience of the success in several occasions, at least the one that I'm able to disclose publicly. There will come a stage where once you begin to obtain certain level of success, entities will begin to send you non-disclosure agreements because your publication of success is a serious loss to them. And if it's a loss for them, it's a win for you. That win is what I personally perceive as peace of mind and success. So I created a one-on-one course on privatization that breaks down how I did all of this, what is required, and other things you wouldn't even find online. If you think this is for you, then join the waiting list for the course. It came about after I did several one-on-one with people and show certain things, and I noticed a continuous thing where I will be told to actually let people know of these specific things rather than doing it as a silent inside thing among fixed amount of people or those who are open enough to ask, hey, do I have a course? Then can they do certain things? The wins in life that matters are the ones that you wake up and know that you have accomplished what hundreds of thousands, if not millions, need, but are not even aware in the first instance that they require those things for a life absent of fear, feud, and serfdom. And I also see that certain people need some time to sit down dedicated to their particular circumstance for a prolonged period of time rather than bits and pieces of time. For instance, on the Patreon page with a tier 4 meeting, we spend at least an hour and a half to, in some cases, 4 hours just going over information, answering questions, and revealing certain things that many people need monthly. But in such circumstances, it's not a one-on-one, and I often limit some of what I can disclose, even on that platform. It is also where my attention has to be divided among several people. If you're starting from scratch with anything, we'll sit down and we'll go to the drawing table. We'll particularize things based on what you need. If you've already started certain things up to a certain point where you find yourself being stalled or wondering what the next move is or need to start over, whether you know so or not, I will show you things from my experience. I'll show documents and I'll explain it. And you'll get the time to ask as much question as you want, of course. Come prepared, as it's always best for you to have some of those questions written down, or you can just freestyle it as you wish, but I'll be there to sit down and give it all to you, and I'm certain you would have questions based on things that I say as your mind gradually gains clarity. So this is for particularized people who I have noticed they require extended time. This is also for particularized people that I've also noticed require extended times during consultations and very particularized things for their own circumstance. I'm here to serve you. Whatever I know, I'm willing to give it to you. Come join the one-on-one privatization course.